Today, we're going to look at the workflow that helps me produce AI-generated designs that look like this, while at the same time following our design system standards more closely than what generic Figma Skills might produce. But before we begin, a couple quick things, one of which, if you're a big fan of myself, consider supporting UI Collective Academy. Again, this is just on our website. I'll put a link in the description where you get access to a bunch of great courses on AI content and a whole lot more. Or if you don't want to support the Academy, it's totally free to join the community. You can come ask any questions for free on our community forum. I respond to every question that's on there. Also get some great savings and resources too. So whether you want to join the community or just support the Academy, thanks so much. Again, it's just on our website, link in the description. Come follow me on X, link is also in the description. Lastly, we again teamed up with Mobbin on this one. I've been using Mobbin a ton in addition to the prompting structure we're going to look at today to better support my AI design workflow. Mobbin is basically one massive repository of every screen app design that's out there. And I put the link for Mobbin in the video description where you can take 20% off the annual plan using that link. Be sure to check it out. To get a better result is we need to train the AI, whatever we're using, whether it's Claude, whatever, on our design tokens. What I see a lot of designers doing is they're in whatever Figma file has their variables, and they copy a link to the file and just provide it to the AI. What's the issue with that? The issue is we go into our variables, and all we have is the variable name and its explicit value. And if for whatever reason our variables are even remotely vague in terms of their naming, the AI is not going to know which to apply when. So what I suggest you do is you have some type of template like this, where you have the variable name, you have its value light mode, value in dark mode, and a brief description, like a one-line description on when that variable is going to be used. Because although we had it for us, the AI is going to need to know when to apply specific variables. If you already have if you're working within an enterprise, you likely already have that somewhere. But if you don't, spend an hour, real simple template, just the variable name, its value on light mode, value on dark mode, and description. So what we're going to do, let's copy a link to this section explicitly, and let's go to Claude. In this template, this is just part of the design system that's in our Academy. Again, link in the description, but there's 1,000,002 free templates like this out there. Real quick, before we can provide that link to Claude or whatever AI, we need to connect our Figma MCP briefly. If you already have it connected, skip the next 30 seconds. But if you don't have it yet connected, here we are just in Claude. Again, we're using Claude because it's the talk of the town. You can use any AI tool that you want. So under customize here, just connectors, just come up here, choose to browse a connector. We're going to search Figma, and it's this the one that we're going to want. So just hit connect, and that's going to open up Figma in the browser. In the browser, just hit agree and allow access. Now we can see that Figma MCP is connected. Inside just a regular Claude chat now is what we're going to want Claude to do is read that file that we copied from Figma, or that frame, with all of our design tokens and its descriptions. Understand the descriptions and the variables, when they should be used and should not be used, and then build a skill specifically around our variables. So let's paste in a link to that frame that we had copied earlier. Please review all of the design tokens and Figma variables found inside that Figma frame linked above. After reviewing and mastering when each variable should be used, build a Claude skill that will inform Claude on when to use each token when building design and when not to use each token. Something as simple as that. We could probably clean it up, but let's just go ahead and run that. Look what this came back with now, is we have a skill focused on all of our different design tokens based off of the documentation that we gave it. All the different types of surface tokens, text tokens. I'm not going to scroll all the way down, but one thing it also did is it went through and actually captured all the text styles too. So instead of before, what a lot of designers would do, including myself, is we would hope that those Figma skills would capture the variables and when to use them, but the results were so inconsistent. But now we have a skill explicitly for all of our design tokens, Figma variables, whatever you want to call them, and when to use each one. Let's go ahead and save this skill, and let's keep moving forward. Now let's move on to components. Now, before I go through a very similar workflow to components, is one thing to remember is that Figma Skills fails to pick up all components. You can use Figma Skills in your design system and say, build me a design, but it often doesn't realize the breadth of componentry that you have inside of your design system. And that's what we're looking to fix. Whenever I'm training AI on my design system, is I've found a lot of success when my components are grouped like this. We have your form elements and all the related components beneath it. You have your navigation components and all the related components beneath it. You have your data display grouping with all the components beneath it. It just helps keep the AI on track a little bit and helps to organize its thinking. Again, it doesn't matter the types of groups that you have. These are just the ones that I'm using, but you can have different groups if you want to. What we're going to do is we're now going to copy a link to this design system as a whole and then flip back to Claude. Back in Claude, let's paste a link to that design system that we copied. Please review all of the form elements, navigation, and data display components. Come to an elite understanding of all components available and when each component should be used. After doing so, build a Claude skill on all of the components inside of this design system, inside of those groupings, component groupings, and when AI should use each. Something like that. Let's run. While Claude is doing its thing, I just want to call out that depending on the complexity of your design system, you may actually need individual skills for each of your component groupings, depending on how many components you have, in order to help keep our skills a little bit more lightweight, a little bit more readable, and a little bit more manageable. We're not doing that today just in the interest of time, but just something I'd like to call out. And while it's generating the result, one thing I realized I forgot to call it explicitly is also to look at all the variants and component properties in here. Sorry, with me, you get authenticity. I make mistakes as I go. It's hard to think and film at the same time. But I just briefly looked at the result that it's generating. It looked like it is also looking at the variants and properties, but just something that I want you to be aware of. It came back with this design system component skill. And one thing I like that it did is it actually created reference files with all the different groupings. So we have our data display, form elements, navigations, where we have like details on all of those individual component groupings. Then we have our skill file as a whole. As you can see here, it looks pretty robust. In an ideal world, we would go through it pretty slowly, make sure everything was as is, review all the do not rules that it set. But we're not going to do that here for the interest of time, but you should do it on your own. Let's go ahead and save this skill. And now let's proceed forward. When it comes to generating good AI designs, it's kind of like there's kind of three pieces to it. First off, does AI understand your tokens? We can check that off. Then does AI understand your components? We can check that off. But one thing we still need to check off is whether or not it understands what it is that we actually want to design. Because the worst thing you can ever do when you're building AI designs, hey, build me this dialog box, build me a modal, make it look better, that kind of thing. It's too vague. AI is not good at generating designs when the instructions are really vague. So to do this, we're going to feed it relevant examples now. Whenever I am informing AI on my strategic direction that I want for my designs, I always check Mobbin first. Mobbin's basically a massive repository of every app, website that's out there, their screens, their flows, their designs, where I can easily come in. Let's just say I'm looking for a specific competitor. I can search, let's say Airbnb, come in here, see all of their screens, all of their designs, all of their flows. Like I can filter by flows where if I'm looking for inspiration on like sign up or onboarding, whatever it is, I can come in here, see their screens, take screenshots, copy and paste them to Figma, save them, upload them to AI, and really helps keep the AI on track. And you can take 20% off the annual Mobbin plan using the special UI collective link that's in the video description. But now let's go ahead and start to gather some inspiration for some screens that we might want to have Claude design. Maybe let's do subscription and paywall screens. So let's take a quick scan here. So let's see which ones jump out to me. Like I really like sort of the gray white look, and this Manus one really stands out to me already. So maybe what I'm going to do is just take a simple screenshot of this. Let's just take a screenshot. And I can also just see similar screens that are like this, because again, you kind of want whenever you're feeding AI example designs, try to keep them as similar as possible. Again, they don't need to be one-to-one, but something similar to this in terms of style, in terms of feel. And there was one that I saw down here that kind of jumped out to me, which is this informed news one. So I'm just going to click into this and also take a screenshot of this one too, because again, they're kind of similar. And maybe also this Rocket Money one too, that's just in the middle here, maybe just to feed it another example, just for the sake of doing so. So I think we have all the competitor inspiration that we need. Again, we don't want to go too crazy with it. So let's flip back to Claude now. One thing we're going to want to do is we have all of our skills here. Again, ignore these ones. These are my personal skills for Academy members, link in the description. We have our design system components skill. We have our design token skill, but we're going to need to install our Figma skills because the design that we generate, we're also going to push to Figma too. So let's go ahead and do this really quickly. So here I am on the Figma skill site. I'm going to put a link to this in the description too. So we need to start off with this Figma use skill. So let's choose to download this from GitHub. When you hit MCP server, we're going to go ahead and just download the entire zip of this. And then when we navigate back to the Figma skills session, we're also going to look for this apply design system skill. And for this one, we're just going to download the skill .md. And now let's flip back to Claude. Well, starting with the zip that we downloaded, let's go ahead and create a plugin. So we're going to upload a plugin. And then that zip file that we had downloaded, we're just simply going to drag that in. There we go. And then choose to upload. Now you can see that all those initial Figma use skills are installed. And then there's the other one that we also needed. So let's go ahead and just choose to upload a skill and just upload that individual skill.md file that we had downloaded. And you can see we now have that applied design system Figma skill also installed. Inside of a Claude Code session then, let's go ahead and drag in those screenshot examples that we took from Mobin, wherever they are here. Give me one sec. There we go. And now let's start running a prompt. Based on the attached examples of designs that I like, along with the information stored inside of the design tokens and component skills, design system component skills. Please build me a HTML paywall for a finance application. We are going to push to Figma later on inside of this file. So one thing I'm going to do is I'm going to grab a link to that same design system file. Just so if you have multiple design systems installed, is it still best to provide the link, even if you do have some of those skills installed, just best practice things inside of this file later on. Again, start with the design locally before we push to Figma. So based on the attached examples of designs that I like, along with the information stored inside of the design tokens and design system component skills, please build me an HTML paywall for a finance application. We're going to push to Figma later on inside of this file. Later on is there twice. Push to Figma inside of this file later on. Again, start with the design locally before we push to Figma. Let's run. You can see the result that it came back with here. I'm just running it locally. First off, it looks pretty on brand with our design system. Looks like it's using our components and it's using our tokens. It also looks like it followed a lot of the inspiration that we gave it pretty closely. I can see a lot of similar treatments. Again, there's things that we can clean up. Personally, I would remove this here. I just don't like this icon. I think it looks a little bit out of center. Not out of center, just out of line. So I'd maybe remove this widget or use something else with it. But I think we're in a pretty good spot. Now that I'm happy with this, let's convert it to Figma. Now, the reason why I asked it to build it first before we push to Figma is it's easier to iterate in Claude Code instead of pushing something to Figma right away, realizing you don't like the result, then tweaking it in Claude Code. It's just a workflow thing. So now let's go back to Claude Code and have it pushed it to Figma. Now let's push to Figma. So push to Figma. Ensure you use all components, variables, and styles where needed. Whatever, something like that. Let's run. All right, look what it came back with. Let's do a responsiveness check. Responsiveness looks pretty good. That's what I love to see. Let's test this out here. So we have our surface page variable. Perfect. I can see we're also using our correct button component, our correct close components, which is nice. And let's just click into, add something here just to check. And beautiful. Look at that. We're using a text style and we're using the correct variable. Unreal, people. And if we click in, we missed a style on this one, but we have a variable applied. So for the most part, inside of Figma, going from nothing to something, a page like this, it looks pretty good. It even looked like it picked up the correct badge component, as you can see here. But for some of the text, we're still just missing the style, but the variables are applied right. But that's okay. Because when it comes to AI-generated designs, the more complex the design, the more it's going to miss, regardless of what your skills have. But hopefully you can see is if you've played around with Figma Skills already, you're going to notice that for most of your variables, most of your components, things get missed. But with the addition of the workflow, the skills that I showed here, AI gives you a better result first time around. Hey, thanks for watching this video. Hope you learned something. If you want to watch a video where I build an entire design system, click in the top left. And if you want to watch another video, I highly recommend click in the top right. Thanks for being here. You're going to have a lot more content coming. And be sure to check out our website for UI Collective Academy. And again, the Mobbin URL where you can save 20% on the annual Mobbin plan is also in the description. Thanks so much.